Welcome everyone to episode 50 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. It's been a long time coming since we've done our last episode back at the beginning of this year. And I'm so excited to get back down to business here on this special episode here for tonight for you all. We have some cool new changes, and I bet you're going to love them as we start the new era after a long process. And ever since the beginning of this year, we are back here on April 15th, Jackie Robinson Day, 2022, Good Friday, for episode 50 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. Back down to business. And I apologize for those who have been waiting a long time for this moment, but there's a long process that goes into this with scheduling, booking, and I'm just very excited to get back down to business today as we start a new era with a new show and the same old Chilling3000 Hangouts. And I'm very excited to get this show underway Friday nights, prime time. On tonight's episode, we are going to do a special interview here on episode 50, interviewing MrGarrsion96, which you may hear from the show Bofas on the Sofas that airs Mondays. And I'm very excited to have this interview for you all to enjoy here tonight, as we might have some other things planned for later on the show, but only time will tell. Today's episode, we are going to be giving a tribute. First, as you probably know, on this day in 2013, April 15th, we lost people in the Boston bombing tragedy that happened in my home city, Boston. I will never forget that day, never forget that tragedy, and we will all miss those that we lost on that day in 2013 in the Boston bombing. Next, we lost two people recently. We lost Pittsburgh's former quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, who has unfortunately got killed in an accident recently earlier this week. We will all miss him. Also, we lost the comedian Gilbert Gottfried. He was best known for his famous cameos. He was the parrot on Ellen, so many other great shows, movies, and he was best known for his famous "You Fool" line on Hollywood Squares. And now we would like to give a moment of silence for the tribute tonight. Thank you. And now, without further ado, let's begin this special episode, number 50 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. Let's do this.
How about them Bofas, huh? Did you shoot them? Shut the hell up!
Grim Reaper himself, Adam Sandler. I'm Joey Wheeler.
Ho, ho, ho. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Mirror on the wall. Who's the nicest of them all?
Wow.
To tell you the truth, it is a new generation for me in my baseball career, 'cause today I went from preschool to leapfrog. Yay. Mommy said that if I do good, I won't have to be on the ibuprofen anymore. That's why I'm always so calm and collected. And that's why I won so fast when I played the baseball.
Well. Anyway, hello for a moment I just thought I heard a burp there. Welcome you all to another episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts, episode 50. This is the return, episode 50 here tonight. I'm very excited for this episode, and today I'm here with MrGarrsion96. And you have anything to say, Gary?
I achieved my lifelong dream. I can scratch another thing off my bucket list. I am happy. My day is made. Pee-wee has met his long-lost twin brother.
Twin brother.
Yes. You saw how cool Comic Collector was. His difference was that he was on medicine. That's all.
Good point. Good point.
Yes.
So, for those who are wondering, who are just tuning in and never seen it before, would you like to tell everybody about yourself?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh boy, where do I begin? A little bit about myself. Well, how can I say? My name is Mr. Garrison, the Young Assassin, the Jackal. Mr. Garrison96 is the channel that I do Bofas on the Sofas, movie reviews, or any other additional content. And my main channel actually is the Ntc Network, where most of the time is video gameplays within that page, along with Serial Insider, Romy Loses His, the series, and other frivolity and shenanigans that I bring within that page. So those are the two YouTube channels that I have. Now, if you want to know little details about myself, I live like it's the 1980s every single day, because that's how I was born and raised. That's my personality. That is my persona. And I'm very grateful and happy with who I am as a human being. Music is my passion, my life, my goal, whatever, but it's my life. And talents, besides doing the old joystick playing, Atari, mind you. This is a kids program, so I gotta inform everybody that this is how you play with the Atari 2600, not something else. So this is a kids program. But other than that, my special talent is I'm a pool player. So I'm good at that. That is my only profession talent that I have. And as for my other interests and likes, I do love Asian women.
I see.
And I do watch a little wrestling once in a while, occasionally. And I love Sprite.
Sprite. And you mentioned the 1980s. That is one of the most popular decades in our lifetime. The 1980s.
Oh, yes. It's one of the most beloved decades in existence, but go ahead.
We have some people in the chat I would like to introduce. We have Mike Wilson.
I don't like him.
We have Remix Plum.
I don't like him either.
Tanner Talks.
He's all right.
We have Adam.
Oh?
Adam Goodwin.
Goodwill? Goodwill? He owns a Goodwill store.
We'll see. And we have Jose.
He's got
We have Eric Lima.
Big
Who's
BBE, the guy who makes the most delicious roast beef sandwiches of all time. And he loves
yes,
cardboard boxes.
yes. We have. Let me see. Tim said, "Can you do a little impression for him for us to see?"
This
What?
guy right here can read between the fingers. Okay, impression. I don't have the glasses with me. Hold on a second. You want me to do a little impression for you? Okay. You want more
Yeah.
impressions? I'll give you some impressions.
Yes.
Okay. You want more impressions? I'll give you some impressions.
How about them Bofas? Huh? Anyway.
You know, just looking at myself in the mirror right now, I'm starting to lose it. I mean, the beard's growing, the hair is going over the place. I look like a chia pet. Chia. That's like the most original thing that I can say that's not related to Romy at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Well, StreamYard is getting pain. And yes, Torrent does talk about Jerome a lot. So we're speaking up. Here he is in the chat.
I
Saying,
don't like him at all.
How
I'm not
about
even
this?
about,
How about this person right here, Lucas LC Muscles 28.
next guy.
Anyway, so I think we will get straight to the interview because I do have a list of questions for you.
A list of
So
questions. Yeah, I didn't study for this thing at all. I don't have my piece. I don't even have my pen or paper. Or my notebook or other stuff.
oh yes, we also have Mr. Ben here. I got to mention.
Oh, I can't say his name on here. This is a televised children's program. I can't say that, so I gotta watch my mouth. I can't swear. No swearing. I can't swear.
So, how did you get started on your YouTube channel, and where does your passion impression come from?
Okay, for that question, which one do you want to hear about? The Ntc Network or the MrGarrsion96 one?
You could go in order from start to the present.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try and summarize the NG2C Net one because that one was a bit of a longer story. Basically, to summarize that, I actually started watching. I didn't know what to do at first when I got on YouTube many years ago. I was a young kid, around like 15, like 14, 15, I think 16. And I was watching a lot of the game show guys like Aubrey, who's a good buddy of mine now at this point. I was watching no, I'm not gonna say that. The Ben S7 12 1987. I was watching him. I was watching Matthew V2 1688. I was watching them, and I was watching some other folks as well that I can't necessarily think of off the top of my head. What? Now I got acid reflux. So I was watching a lot of the game show guys, and I was thinking, you know what? This looks like kind of fun. These guys look like fun. Doing the game shows on YouTube looks like fun. So I started doing that at first, trying to be a part of the trend, getting a little notoriety and the recognition because I didn't know what to do. I was very, very, very green. Now I know that these guys have a bit of a thing, but I'm going to say his name anyway because I have to give credit where credit is due to Rodney1279. The reason is that was where I ended up getting my start in terms of hosting, learning about how to be a presenter, learning how to actually take control of audience interaction. I have to give credit where credit is due to him for teaching me that and how I managed to upgrade my hosting. And along the way, I was helping doing some game shows on that channel along the way. As soon as I met that, helping them construct, do some other stuff as well. Then I ended up doing my own thing, which was Mega Fortune, which was an inspiration based off of the Wheel of Fortune. And from there, started doing a basic format. And as the seasons progressed, I ended up doing my own thing with Mega Fortune. And from there, it became my first ever big break. And for everybody who helped me along the way with that channel, with it's the art direction, the voicing, the introductions, helping me get it all together, the puzzle, scoring. Literally everybody who was with me throughout Mega Fortune, the early years and later on, I do have to give him all credit where credit's due and thank him dearly for helping within that program. I was asked multiple times, "Oh, is Mega Fortune going to come back?" No, because I moved on from that. I'm not doing that like whole game show thing anymore in terms of going on YouTube, because doing that alone was a lot of hard work. Like wheel. I still have the original wheel, the layouts. I still got the original layouts hanging up on the wall over there. But getting the game all set up, especially with the fact that there was a lot of props I had to use, so putting that together, getting the game together, getting the booking together, which was the hard part of it all, was booking literally everybody a part of the stream.
People forget that the first part, that when you said booking people, I know that feeling, and also it's matter about the quality into the video, because the quality is what the viewers want.
Oh, I always gave myself and the people who was in it, we always gave the best quality possible. But even though my editing, my editing is not the best software. I don't have this fancy software like everybody else does.
Yeah.
I got Windows Movie Maker for, don't say it, Garrett. This is a family program, for heaven's sake. I got Windows Movie Maker. That's my editing software. That's all I can. That's all I can afford. So, and plus, I make most of it. I use that to edit my videos, and got to make the most of what it is that you use. And lo and behold, I always give good quality. And here's the thing, though, that I always followed, and this is what I do with Flicks, and I did with Bofas. Entertainment is the number one source. If the people are entertained, satisfied from beginning to end with what they are watching, then it is going to be a good program. If there is a beginning to where it's a good middle and a very bad ending, then it's not going to maintain the success that we're aiming out to do. So entertainment is the number one thing that I personally focus on when it comes to quality. All natural, unscripted, uncensored, unfiltered, undisputed, Undertaker, underwear, whatever. I make sure that the people get what they want when it comes to entertainment, which is all just from the heart, personality. That is one thing for everybody. Personality is the biggest thing when it comes to doing videos, is that you got to show who you are as a person within what the content you are willing to bring. Be confident in that, be motivated, and actually be proud of the product that you're doing. So,
agree 100%. You use what you have that's available. Just make sure be yourself. Don't copy anybody, because once you copy anybody, that could get you a lot of backlash. And just be yourself. And the most important thing as well, have fun.
I sometimes have fun.
So let's go to the next question here.
Mm-hmm.
So as you all know, you said Mega Fortune. That was actually one of the first videos I saw, because game shows are one of my main things as well. What was some of your favorite moments from the show, and with their experience on it?
Some of my favorite moments of Mega Fortune, well, it's not only the interaction with everybody, but I had a couple moments that I actually like, some memorable quotes. Like I used to scream the top of my lungs saying "next." I used to say that all the time. I had a little bit with Aubrey, who always asked me, "Hey Gary, can I have an R?" And I always get on his ass about it. No swearing. I always get on his butt about it, about not wanting a particular letter. So that was one. Another one was where I got so mad to where I take the book and I start beating the living heck out of it. So I did that. But the other thing that I really enjoyed was actually, one of them was behind the scenes. That was coming up with ideas. Was it a little stressful? Yes. But at the same time, though, all the ideas were inspirations of different source materials, whether it was from a game, show game, wrestling, music, whatever. It was all original stuff, all taking inspirations from that and turning it into our own. So we did a lot of that. So that was a lot of fun. But the interaction was definitely the big thing that I loved about doing Mega Fortune.
So let me talk about Jerome here. He is one of the people you've been with that has helped a lot. And so the question I have here is, how did he get to meet him, and how he became, co-host your shows and everything he's been with as for your content and all that?
How did I meet him? Well, long story short, I found his ass in a gutter, picked him up, and that was it. Actually, how I met him was, it was around 2000 and late 2014. I was invited onto a call with a buddy of mine, JVD, who I'm sure a lot of folks will know, but he's a good buddy of ours that I know personally. I miss him this very day. He brought me on the call, introduced me to this fat-looking walrus, whale beast-looking son of a you-know-what.
Mm-hmm.
It was obviously a wrestling stream. It was him, Alex, and JVD, and I was on there. I didn't know what to think at first, but after that, after 15 minutes, that was it. Hated the guy after 15 minutes. It was just that to be.
And I hope he's doing. Oh, he said it's right here. 2014 April 90s video. Kudos to TBD. That is correct. So the Pain Game podcast is started one of the most popular shows here. That came, into Flix and then also Bofas. What are some of your best memories from the Pain Game podcast?
My best memories of the Pain and Game podcast. Do I have to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay, my best memories of the Pain and Game podcast. Whenever Lucas wasn't there, that's one of my favorite memories. The other one was when I might as well say the notorious one was when the whole Bofas thing started. When I picked up the book and I started reading it on the program, that was where the whole Bofas on the sofas phrase came. When that was episode 88. That was one of my favorite memories that I had. What other memories do I have? Obviously, when Shayna was on the program, that was basically he was like my okay. Not to play, I'm not playing favoritism, but if you watch from a fan perspective, Shayna was the one that had me in stitches. And whenever he was on there saying whatever, making noises or doing whatever the hell that he did, it was always one of the best things. The Florida No game, whatever stories he brought, he always brought some amazing segments to the show, and they were very entertaining to watch. So between Lucas not being there and Shano contributing to the program and talking about his stories, whatever he's doing, and so on and so forth, they were always good listening to.
And I do remember one of the episodes. It was actually, I think, after it ended, you did like a one-time special in Las Vegas as well later on. So, the next question is, Flix and Bofas, how did it started, and what were like the best resources that helped you make the show that it is today, starting with Flix and then now Bofas?
Okay, Flicks with the Dicks. That was an easy question because the thing is that everybody in Pain and Gain, because the thing is, Pain and Gain was talking about different various of subjects. But however, though, there was a lot of people in that chat that they were just going on and on and on about talking about movies this, movies that. Pain and Gain was not a movie podcast at all. It was not a movie show, but everybody just kept going on and on about it because, sure, it wasn't one of the most popular subjects, yes, but that wasn't the theme of what Pain and Gain was. So this was where ideas started rolling to my head because I needed something to do after I was done with Mega Fortune, and I figured, you know what? Why don't I do a podcast and get these people on board? Talk to these people at first. Talk to the big boy at first and see what he says because. And plus, the thing is that the way Pain and Gain was going towards the end, I'm sure there was a lot of emotional convolutions going on with everybody, and that's a big word, convolutions. And something needed to be done. So this is where I came up with the idea, why don't we do a podcast for folks who love watching movies? Talk about movies, give a description about movies, play games, whatever. Anything that surrounds movies, we will definitely be doing this podcast surrounding this set subject. And lo and behold, there was an agreement on it. We started doing Flicks with the Dicks, and lo and behold, that became a fuck. Don't say it, Gare. Don't say it. I almost did. I almost said the bad word. I almost said a bad word. I almost said a bad word. As I was saying, when I brought Big Boy on, it was only gonna be him and I. But then the idea came of why don't we bring guests on, like either one or two people on. Sure, there were some moments to where the guests did work, and there were some moments to where it ended up didn't work, and it ended up getting a little too crowded. So we decided, you know what? We're going to bring on a specific person involved within the program, have him be the third host, and go from there. Things changed. We ended up getting another host, and as time progressed, sure, we've had some of the most absolute successful episodes on the program. And everybody can go back and list them. I can't remember them off the top of my head because my memory's not the best. However, though, I will say there was a lot of memorable moments, and from there, towards the end of the whole program, we started to get pretty sick of talking about movies only, because it felt like we felt like we were having handcuffs. Me and Big Boy were mostly talking. We felt like we were having handcuffs on our wrists, just being there and being full. And we feel like we were being forced just talking about this subject all the time, even where we couldn't even find relevant news or come up with stuff in the past. It was hard to find subjects in terms of talking about movies, and especially the way that how the movie community behaves and how movies in general reacting and how the world and the entertainment society behaves in the film realm. We just couldn't really take it anymore, and we just couldn't bear with it. And the thing is that we wanted to move on from Flicks with the Dicks around 100 and do something new. Yeah. So Bofas on the Silvas, the name itself didn't necessarily came just like that. It took a little time to come up with it. However, the Flicks with the Dicks, that name wasn't even planned. I just said it just one day, and it just stayed ever since, and it ended up being the glorious title that it was. Mm-hmm. But for Bofas on the Silvas, it took a little while. But after thinking on it, I realized, you know what? Why don't we call it Bofas on the Sofas, since the fact that it is an infamous thing that I ended up enunciating over and over that just had people rolling over in stitches on their floor. That's going to be the title for the program, and lo and behold, that's where it stayed. Now, as for how we got to Bofas, we ended to say, you know what? Instead of just talking about movies, we'll have movies every once in a while. If we're going to have the modern day stuff, we'll let Austin talk about it, because he was towards the end with Flicks, and he was the perfect fit to stay with us. So Austin came on, and he's been staying with us ever since. So he talks about movies and whatever. He'll be that guy or whatever old school stuff. However, we wanted to talk about other things like video games, music, television, wrestling, whatever it is that we want to discuss. We're going to bring here and feel a little bit more free and give for various different topics for everyone to enjoy. However, though, sure, we do plan the topics for Bofas on the Sofas, but everything that you watch on that program, we don't plan what we say. We don't plan what we do. We don't plan exactly what's going to happen. It just happens naturally. That's exactly what we do for Bofas, and that's what the formula it works in. However, though, it's entertaining regardless in terms of how people react, and we always do what we can to give the people what we want in terms of the topics that we discuss or certain contributions that they request us that we want to discuss or bring. We do that. So we always give the people recognition within our product. So after we were done with Flicks, we just said, we're done. We're going to do Bofas on the Sofas, and lo and behold, still right now, it is our gem. And we're very proud of this podcast with myself, the Big Boy, Austin, Alex, and Shano. Now, Shano, I might as well talk about him real quick. Now, Shano, he is one of the original guys who's on with us, and he still is. However, though, Shano is busy working all the time. He's got a lot of stuff on his plate, so he can't necessarily make it to all the episodes. He can only appear when he can. However, we need someone to come on and be that fourth slot. So we figured, you know what? Why don't we bring Alex on? And lo and behold, he has been that perfect fit with us. And he was originally going to be a fill-in host, but the more we brought him on, he became a permanent host from there. And Alex, and he said himself, it's literally his favorite day of the week is doing Mondays because of both of us. And you can see, if you watch him carefully, you can see the joy that he gets from doing this program. So it's definitely a pleasure having Alex on. And when we do 5 people, Shano's always open to come on whenever.
Yeah, shout out to Shane. I know he's been going through one, and not being able to be on the show, but big shout out to him. And also, I want to give a shout out to Austin as well, because he just recently accomplished something for his new career, and I'm very happy for Austin as well. So,
Well, he's got to work
um,
them somehow.
hmm um, Troy wanted to ask you a question, but I'm not sure which one he meant. Oh yeah. What was it? What was it like doing the beginning movie review of Mother 2017 on episode 25 of Flicks?
What was it like doing the beginning movie review of flicks of the movie Mother?
Yeah,
Well,
this one right here.
you gotta ask the other guy because he was the one who started talking about it. Because the thing is that I don't remember exactly how I came to watching Mother. Apparently, someone said something to me about it. I was gonna hate it. I think it was Austin. I ended up seeing the movie. I ended up hating it on my behalf. He ended up hating it, and from there, it was his idea to talk about. I mean, honestly, the big boy did most of the talking when it came to Mother. I was just filling in
Yeah.
whenever necessary, adding in my own input. So it was already planned that we were going to talk about it and how we were going to expose our own thoughts, and you could say basically destroy the movie. So that's what we
hmm
did, and it was very interesting talking about this film on the program.
Now, I know we talked about Flicks, and Mike Wilson actually had a question. When, what was the moment you realized that you had something special with Flicks? You can also do the same for both of us as well.
Honestly, when it came to Flicks with the Dicks, when I realized that it was something special that was going to happen, honestly, I don't know how it became. It just naturally came up. Because the thing is that when we started doing Flicks, we came on, we started just yelling and arguing back and forth. And obviously, we literally just planned Flicks with the Dicks on in the group. We literally just talked about it, planned to get everybody suspense stuff, and everybody just came in and started watching and realized that these guys are funny. And the way that they talk about movies in their own way originally that no one else has done, we were able to set a path for a lot of folks to do their own podcast, whether it's in the movie world or within different various topics. We were able to set a path. So that honestly was the realizations that we were able to become inspirations for people. After just
Yeah.
naturally how it became, it was just a thought that just picked up over time. As for Bofas, when we changed that, I'm sure a little folks were wondering how that was going to go, but I had confidence in it because believe me, when I was telling people that what we're going to do is the same thing like with Flicks, but instead of that, we're just going to be going a little bit more free and having a new title. That's all it is. And I just had to wait, give it a little time within the first few episodes. And after that, people picked up and look at the audience that the show has grown now. So it is a product that I have more belief and confidence in Bofas than it is with Flicks. Because sure, Flicks was a historical thing that we have done on the channel and set the path. However, though, Bofas is a program to where not only I, but we equally have a personal belief in of a product that we want to make everybody feel satisfied. For anybody out there who's going through, any mental crisis or different problems in the world like we do, we want to give them some entertainment to get away from the reality, watch
Yeah.
something, have a good laugh, and make their week and possibly their Monday better. So both of
And
us is
that's
something that we truly believe in naturally for everybody.
and that's one of the reasons why I think you air on Mondays as well, because usually like Mondays, you know, it's not people's favorite day of the week, but they have something to look forward to.
Sometimes, yeah.
Tanner asked, out of the videos you've been a part of, what was your favorites to be a part of?
Most of the time when it comes to being okay, if it's being with somebody else, uh if it's being with somebody else, I'm mostly on Austin's channel. Now, I mean, other than being on my own, I'm with Austin most of the time because that's where if you want else find me, Bofas is not Bofas. Austin's channel is where I'm at most of the time. And some of my favorite things that I have done in terms with him was our movie reviews. There's no specific
Yeah.
video. It's just whenever I do a movie review with him, it's just that because the thing is, we have a partnership that we do on his page when it comes to video games. And whenever we talk about a video game, like do a review on it, there's always something to look forward to. And for a good portion of time, there's nothing really specific that I can say. Is that I'm satisfied with literally everything that him and I do together. But if I have to name at least one video that I'm proud of, my favorite one, at least with him, was when we were talking about The Last of Us.
Um, and I do enjoy your gameplay videos to do with him, and gameplay videos are actually a lot of fun to do with not just yourself, but also with other people. It makes it more fun.
Well, hardly with anybody else. I mean, okay, besides Austin, this is like my first stream I've been with someone else other than him.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time I've been with another person. So very good.
Tomorrow's here in the chat. Now, as everybody knows, you are a big music person.
Oh wow.
And also a big wrestling person.
Mhm.
How did you get into music and wrestling? That's been a big part of your life. And also, what is some of your favorite wrestlers of all time and musicians of all time?
That's a good question. Okay, I'll get the wrestling out of the way first because the music's a little bit more personal. When I was watching, I was a little infant. I was going through home videos. Now, as a little tyke, when you're in diapers, you don't know what the hell you're doing at all. So while I was in my little britches, my little spandexers, my little baby bottoms, apparently one day it was Raw is War 1998. It was on. Apparently, I was glued to the TV. I was just sitting there with my thumb up my bottom, and I was just watching it. So from there, as it naturally progressed, I saw The Undertaker. I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin. I saw Kane. I saw Shawn Michaels. I saw The Rock and all these iconic guys that I was seeing at a young age, and I was getting older and just watching Raw's War, then expanding into WCW, then ECW, and learning those companies and how they functioned. My whole world in wrestling just started to expand from a young kid in diapers into how I am as an adult now, just enjoying the storytelling, the action, the personalities, the promos, how the business works in general, and just learning about all that. Now, before I used to be a WWE shill all the way, but as soon as I learned from a young, teenage age and learning how the company, I mean, I just loved wrestling in general. I didn't care what was going on. But as I got older and realized how WWE works, it took away my love from that. And the more I learned about the business as an adult now, yeah, my thoughts have definitely changed in the world of wrestling, both good or bad. Depends exactly. Now, music, I remember, I can tell you this very day. Same thing. I was in diapers, VHS tape of the Bee Gees, One Night Only, 1997. Put that in the VHS player. My whole world just expanded from there. Listening to the music, just bouncing back and forth. Then the Bee Gees was the only group that I was listening to when I was a little tyke. Then I expanded my knowledge. This next group I listened to was from Huey Lewis and the News. They were second. Then, as I got older, I started listening to the radio. I didn't know much of the songs because I didn't really think about discovering it. But whenever I did listen to the radio, I just enjoyed listening to the words, the melody of what was going on, the music being orchestrated. Hearing the beats, whatever it was, like a slow song, a dancing song, happy song, whatever it was, whatever the mood that was going on, I just loved hearing it. And from there, when I was getting older, you know what? I'm going to do some research. I'm going to study. I'm going to put my life into studying something that was a big portrayal when I was a young kid, listening to all these harmonies, listening to just the sounds and the vocals and just taking it all in and just memorizing it. Put my head take my ears from listening to the radio, but take my eyes, put it in books. From there, I was reading books, I was studying, I was learning. I was even watching documentaries on a lot of bands so I can understand their history, their inspiration, how they got into music, how they create a specific record, how they get a particular hits, how they do a live performance, how they set themselves up. Any group from whatever, from the 80s and behind, I've just done my study and my knowledge is like beyond. I can remember I can remember a specific song off of a specific album on a specific year, yet I can't remember what I have to do throughout the whole day.
Yeah. And I know Mike as well. He does music as well. I know he does love album stuff. So music is one of the greatest things in our lifetime.
It is. It is.
Especially if you want to have something to listen to, you're not doing anything, or just to get distracted. Music is it, and as back to what you said about wrestling. I'm not a wrestling person myself, but
I can see that.
yeah. But when I'm out on Rate and Rave, hearing the stuff about wrestling, it's just like, oof,
I caught you watching baseball before I got on here. You were glued to that thing like, I saw your little bottom watching baseball. I saw it.
I was actually watching the Worcester Red Sox, but it's a AAA minor team. So, I know I was going to ask this question, but you already said the video editor you use. What camera do you use?
This is it. It's a Kodak. This thing's from what? 2008. It's a Kodak Easy Share Touch. It's a little dirty now. It's got some sort of manure stains on it. I did not shove it up my butt, but still, it's got some manure stains on it or something else. The battery seems to not last long as it used to be. The videoing, you press this little button here and you record the video, and when you want to take a picture, you use this little feature here to zoom, and you press this button, and it'll either flash or it'll take your picture, and it kind of sucks. It doesn't work that well as it used to, but this is my camera right here that I've used for so long, and I don't think I'm going to use it anymore in terms of video. Why? Because I've done some experimenting. I have to get up in modern times with how this technology stuff works. So I use this webcam to record stuff along with, I'm having a Kodak moment. So I use this webcam now to record my stuff along with using that program, that OBS, the OBS bowel syndrome.
OBS is great.
I used, OBS bowel syndrome. So I use that to record all my stuff. I have the filter and all that other blah, blah stuff that I don't know how to work. And as for other technology, I don't have it with me, but I'm going to start using my phone from now on to record because I like the audio, I like the picture, and I like the way that it looks on the when watching it. So I'm going to use that. And plus, I can flip the screen and look at myself to see what's going on instead of just turning back and, seeing how many minutes we're on. I can just see it right on the phone screen. So that's going to be my new camera, is using my phone, and the battery doesn't die either. So
wow.
Yippee.
Wow.
So I only use this to take thumbnail pictures. That's it.
Good old thumbnails.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next question here is on your MrGarrsion96 channel. To go in order here, I might as well start with this question. How did you start that MrGarrsion96 channel before I get to the other question?
Okay, the MrGarrsion96 page. Honestly, that channel was sitting there for so long. I had nothing to do with it. I actually opened that channel in 2013, and I didn't even know what to do with it. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to be a part of the movie thing. I'm going to start talking about movies and give my takes the best of my ability, talk about films, do movie reviews and all that. And I was following the trend like everybody else, talking about the modern stuff, keeping up to date and blah, 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 blah. And I realized, you know what? This ain't original. This is not me. I'm going to do my own thing when it comes to talking about movies. I'm going to talk about something I feel comfortable and confident in. I'm going to talk about movies from the past, because not only do I need to educate the people, but I also need to give them exactly that I'm someone who pays attention to the old stuff, has a little bit of a knowledge in it, and actually, give something different for people to watch when it comes to movie reviews and hear something different taken. Plus, I'm not a film reviewer at all. I'm not a part of the film industry. I'm not a critic at all. I'm just someone who likes to come on screen whenever I want to do a movie review. I come on, do my own thoughts about it, and just talk about it. Mostly have like a conversation and hear everybody's thoughts about what they say about said movie. I don't do this whole modern day stuff. I mean, everybody, all these modern film folks, they have this, this green screen and this high tech camera and this other baloney stuff equipment and blah 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 blah, and this rating system and following a particular format or whatever. And having the Oompa Loompas in the background doing their whole nonsensical baloney, boogaloo editing that they do, make it all professional. No!
And I did try to do some movie reviews here, but I guess it did not really work out for some strange reason. Just make sure that if you're going to host a debate, just make sure it doesn't go all the way to the ground, and make sure you have some great food with it.
Great food?
Yes, great food.
What kind of food?
Pizza, pancakes, spaghetti, and ice cream.
So is that what you eat every single day? Is pizza, pancake, in that order? Pizza, pancake, spaghetti, and ice cream. Is that what you eat?
No.
You eat pizza in the morning, pancakes in the afternoon, spaghetti in the evening, and then dessert before bed. So that's your routine for eating.
No. I don't know how that will work out, but
this is your show. This is your show. That is your whole schedule for eating. If that's what you eat, okay. I won't complain or judge about it.
Yes. So, part B of your MrGarrsion96 question, your most viewed video, Fist Fight, 2017, 95,000 views.
That's a lot of views for a movie review of just two guys yelling about a movie.
Like, what is your reaction of getting that amount of views for, in all videos, a movie review, and what is something that you really remember about it?
That we were yelling, and there was people who disliked the hell out of it, and there's people who didn't like our perspective of saying honesty about the film, that how much we don't like and how much it sucks. And there was quite a few people in the comments who were not happy about it. And you know what? Oh well, I can't necessarily make a big fuss. If there's people who liked it, I mean, I don't understand what goes through your mind, but still, if you like it, then kudos. Surprise movie review of just two guys yelling and screaming and saying their honesty about how they feel about a movie caused a lot. I mean, I like the movie 3 O'Clock High a little bit better. Crazy that video's got a lot of attention.
Yeah, 95,000 views. Like, that's something that it's hard for people to do nowadays, especially with people using social media all the time since the pandemic and everything. Yeah, the truth hurts sometimes, been said.
I actually got myself a little I got myself a toy too.
A toy?
We're not going to talk about it. This is a family program.
All right. So on your free time, what is some of your hobbies that you like to do on a regular basis?
You really want to know? You really had to ask that question of what I do in my free time.
Yes, for those who are curious.
Does this little guy really want to know what I do in my free time? Do you people really want to know what I do in my free time? Oh man, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He really wants to know what I do in my free time.
Yes.
Okay, Garrett, think positive thoughts, think happy thoughts, and think. You have to think. You have to necessarily think. This is a family program. This is a kid-friendly manner. There are people who are watching who don't like swearing at all. Jordan doesn't like swearing. Oh, even though he does it himself sometimes. It's Jordan.
Yes.
but there's no swearing program. So I'm gonna try and say what I do in my free time to the. Huh?
I'm not sure. I think my producers hit the wrong button there.
That's how I feel looking at him all the time.
Continue.
He was
I'm
just
gonna have.
looking at himself even. Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
feel the
have.
same way if I had that type of face.
I'm gonna have a talk with my producers. So keep going.
I'll tell your producers to kiss my foot. Okay, what do I do in my free time? Let's see here. Well, I like to go gambling once in a while. I like to go to the casino, play some cards, roll a little dice. I don't do the slot machines at all because that's not necessarily my thing because the slot machines always screw me up. But I do like to go play a little dice, play a little bit of the the cards, see blackjack or poker or Texas Hold'em, all that stuff. So I'm a gambler. I like to gamble. So I do that when I leave. This is gonna be a bit of a surprising factor, but I also like going to the library once in a while. I think it is important for people to read, continue their education, and learn about stuff from books. Because a lot of people, in my mind, don't necessarily have the. What did that scare you? Did that scare you? It scared you. It did. I can see it. It scared you. Oh, the little baby is scared. Look, I'll give you a little pat on the head. The baby is scared. That's okay. He'll get over it. But I like going to the library because, like I said, I think it's important to continue my education and learn from books, whether it's a new word, learning a story, and so on and so forth. I love reading every chance I get. I love going outside, viewing the beautiful nature. I love doing that. I love looking at the trees. I love watching my little woodland friends, the animals, doing their routine, playing with each other. And I love growing a garden, flowers specifically. Why are you getting so close to the camera? I am trying to talk about something. You're just going, you're just getting too close to the camera.
Quick. I'm sorry. Continue.
Okay. What else was I saying? Obviously, I don't need to even explain. That's a bit obvious. So that's that. I put a record on all the time. I play a little PlayStation. What else do I do? I record whenever a chance I get. Do Bofas. Shopping. Going to see, whatever friends I have. Go for a bike ride. Just common stuff.
Nice.
But you really want to know what I do in my off time?
Nice question. Okay, here, since you said video games, what's some of your favorite video games?
Favorite video games? Okay. Some of my favorite video games that I enjoy watching. I love playing. Oh God, I don't really know what some of my favorite video games are. I like Super Mario Brothers. That's fun. Battletoads is one of my favorites. I actually was very good at one point playing Double Dragon, and that's one of my favorites. I absolutely love the arcades. I love the arcades, playing those. When I was a young boy growing up, I went to the arcades, put a couple quarters in, popped them in the machine, and just started playing those. Oh my God, they were just amazing. Playing like Mortal Kombat, Millipede, Frogger, the Mario, Donkey Kong, the original stuff. I was never good at them, but I enjoyed
Sesame Street.
Ancient History.
Sesame Street.
Oh,
Sesame Street.
I like watching Sesame Street, but we don't talk about those games.
Those were great videos that you did.
Yes, they were. For everybody, they were great. They were just torture for me. Everybody just likes it when I get mad. especially when it was the Sesame Street nonsense. You got Elmo and the Cookie Monster. Well, Cookie Monster's great. You got the Elmo and the Big Bird and the Oscar and all these other morons.
You know, Abara says that you're Oscar.
Because I am. I'm always stubborn and cranky. But the truth is, I'm fair to everybody. I'm never mean.
Yes.
In terms of being judgmental, I'm always fair to everybody. I'm just stubborn and cranky.
Okay, so as for Bofas, if we had to pick a Sesame Street character for each host, what would it be?
Well, obviously, I'm Oscar the Grouch because I'm cranky. Austin would be Big Bird because he's Too Tall Jones, so he's Big Bird. Alex, I can see him as Cookie Monster. I think he works at the bakery. And the other guy, Shano, what do I see Shano as? Honestly, I don't know about Shano. As for the big boy, I don't really care.
I
don't really see who the big boy is for which one for Sesame Street. I really don't. I can say Elmo, the pain in the ass one.
Jerome says he's Cookie Monster, but
no, Alex is Cookie Monster. Or better yet, okay, Austin and Alex are okay. You want to know what myself and Big Boy are to give him credit? We're Bert and Ernie.
Yes. Now,
you know, Ernie's the pain in the ass and Bert's the grouchy one. There, Bert and Ernie.
What about for Rant and Rave? Like, if you had to pick a Sesame Street character for the Rant and Rave host, what would it be?
Who are the guys on Rant and Rave? I forgot who. Okay, I know it's Jordan. I know.
Brandon.
Okay, it's Jordan. It's Big Beefy E. It's Brandon, he's shaved that beard up. He looks like a. I'm not even about to answer to that guy.
There is Michael. There's Eric, and there's Sabara.
Okay.
That's it.
Eric is Mr. Snuffle. He's Big Bird's best friend. The big Snuffy. I'm not finishing that. Mr. Snuffleupagus! Happy now? Mr. Snuffleupagus! I hate everybody.
You gotta give a round of applause to that people.
Okay.
Okay.
Jordan. He looks like Telly Monster.
Telly Monster.
Big Beef. Oh, I said Big Beef. He's Mr. Snuffleupagus. Jordan is the Telly Monster. Brandon. For some reason, he looks like the Count for some odd. Serious reason.
Count.
The Count. Who are the other guys?
Michael and
Michael who?
Abara. Bombardier.
Babumba? La Bamba? Richie Valens La Bamba?
Michael Bombardier.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know for him.
Here, let me try to find. This is him right here.
What the hell? Somebody touched his butthole?
No.
You know, I would react that way if someone was tickling my butt with a feather.
It's Bombardier.
Okay. What does he look like? Let me look at the characters. Why does he look like Guy Smiley, that game show host? And as for Ivera, I'm going to give him the worst one. The most pain in the ass character. He's Elmo. He's Elmo.
All right, so the next question here is, what motivated you to stick along of what you keep doing today with their content? What is what you are looking forward to doing with their career in the future?
Well, it's not necessarily a career. It's just something it's not necessarily a career for me. It's just something I like to do to keep myself busy. You know, what motivates me and keeps me busy. It's the people. It's the audience.
Yes.
It's the audience is what keeps me going on making content, whether it's a movie review or video gameplay or if it's Bofas in general. It's honestly the audience. Sure, I may be a mean SOB to everybody on the show and hate them all, but There is a soft side of me. 98% of the time, I'm a mean little, you know what. 2% of me, I somewhat have a heart. And that 2% is all the content that is provided for the channel. I always do it for them, no matter what. Movie review, video game content, stream, whatever. Especially if I'm doing those unplanned streams, that's where I like to come on, talk to everybody face to face, and whether it's like going over the topic and hearing their thoughts. I like the interaction and hearing everybody's input on said topic, or hearing their memories, hearing their thoughts. One of my biggest things that helps me doing with the people is talking about childhood memories, because I think it is important to reflect on your childhood, the memories that you had in terms of what you grew up with, you know, food, TV, the games, whatever. I think it's important to hold on to your childhood and reflect on those memories and keep hold of that. Sure, we may be, you know, looking different on the outside, whether it's an age or whatever, but on the inside of the heart, childhood is where it's at. You can always feel a kid at heart. And I try my best to motivate folks naturally and just talk about those memories with everybody, what I had, and see what the agreements are, what they had locally or whatever. And just doing all this content with everybody, talking about those memories or a particular thing from the past and hearing their inputs, it's what keeps me going, because I like that when the folks are happy, they're satisfied, and they're entertained. Mostly with Bofas being the nest egg of the channel. The movie reviews, like I said, I don't plan those at all. I mean, I plan them, but I just never get to them because I have my moments where I'm lazy. But whenever I do get to do them, I upload them, I plan them, I talk about the film, I upload them, and I read the comments or wait to see what people think about said review or the movie. So those are always up for stuff for people to watch whenever they need something on the channel, and I know I got to get on it. So that's that.
Yeah.
So the people keeps me going.
Speaking of memories, if you had to pick one favorite memory from Alex, Austin, Shane, Lucas, and Jerome, what would it be?
Las Vegas. Easily going to Las Vegas and seeing well, okay, the Putnams couldn't make it because Austin was in Orlando, and Alex, I forgot where he went on vacation, but they couldn't make it because of two separate vacations they had planned. But however, myself, Big Boy, Lucas, and Chano did get together and go to Las Vegas. So, and we obviously had a great time with that. So, easily Las Vegas. That's like the biggest memory.
There's something from Jordan.
Because I hate him, that's why. He annoys me daily with the "I care, bear." He annoys me every day. He's the reason why I'm on medicine, why I lost my hair, why I'm so angry, so mad, grouchy, stubborn, cranky. Especially with the baloney food that he eats all the time.
I wonder what Lucas has to say about that, but who knows? He might. I spoke too soon. I thought he was in his closet. Anyway, so what has been more of the most valuable in your YouTube experience as for knowing what your entertainment is, what is like your quality and the growth that you have become?
It's like I answered earlier. As long as the entertainment is there and people are laughing, having a good time, and enjoying the moments that we bring to the program, we're all satisfied. Sometimes we'll have occasions where we'll need to redo a certain thing because either, even if they like it, but we as the hosts or myself may not agree with the product and say that's to our best standards. So we might have a chance where we have to redo ourselves or sometimes leave it. However, though, what I can really say about that.
What advice for those who want to make content, if it's like movie reviews, skits, live shows, anything? And
okay. Biggest advice I can give.
What advice for those who want to make content, if it's like for movie reviews, skits, live shows, anything? And how do they become more themselves and be a good comedian as well, and just to be a good person and make content? What's your advice?
Okay. My number one advice that I can give to everybody, if they want to start doing content, the biggest advice I can give is you have to show personality. Personality is the biggest thing. You can't copy like someone else or do a certain style. You have to have your own character when you're doing something. You just got to take whatever contributions that you've developed over the years, your likings on what you wear, how you come off towards people, and adapt that into like either character or just being yourself, and just take that and put it towards the content you want to bring to everybody. You just got to be yourself. And if you're entertainment, that's just how you just gotta. It's either you are entertaining or you're not. Sometimes it can go either way. You either, if you're entertaining, obviously, then people will like you. If you're not, then you're gonna have to change something in order to become entertaining. How you gotta change that? Simple. You got to look at the content that you bring. See, what are the flaws that I bring? What is it that people are saying? How can I better myself? And take constructive criticism. Whatever constructive criticism that someone brings, it'll help better yourself, whether it's the visual presentation, how the video looks, how you come off, the audio that you use. You got to take the constructive criticism in order to better yourself. But personality is the biggest thing you need to have. And yes, I'm always behaving. See, I'm always behaving. But have personality. Be yourself. Don't be like someone else. Take those, even if you have an inspiration, not only give credits, but take that and adapt yourself into your own personality. For me, I never had, in terms of inspiration, my own personality. I'm just being myself. I come on, I just be me. I just show my personality. That's it. Can't plan that. You can only plan the content, but you can't plan how you come off. You just gotta present yourself in the best way possible. See, everybody's always doing this professional thing where they got their hair combed, they got all clean shaved, wearing a polo shirt or whatever, and having this fancy stuff. Well, I'm wearing the same shirt every day, no hair combed, a bushy beard, or a bushy scrotum or whatever, and here I am. I'm just, doing this. You just gotta be yourself, that's all. And especially with how you interact with folks, that's another thing. See, some folks, they'll either work better solo or work better with another. For me, it goes both ways. Either I'll do good solo with how I'm talking about something, or I work better with somebody. Most of the time, for me personally, I work better with somebody else. Why? Because you got interaction. You can bounce off the personality because you know each other. You develop a friendship, and you know how the interaction works. And when you put that to an entertainment source, you realize that people can really like you. And it's one of the reasons why both like us. That's why one of the reasons why both are so successful, because of the personalities. That's why. So personality, have personality.
Yes. What is the one dream that you have yet to accomplish in your life?
Having an Asian woman in my life.
Can you say something?
Huh?
Are you okay?
Go ahead.
Didn't you say that you are going to be doing something in wrestling in the future?
I would like to, but I never came around to. I was supposed to, but until before the pandemic hit, but that never happened. But it's only a matter of time on when I'm going to do it. It's all about, what's going on up in here, sometimes here, and sometimes back there. Mostly, it's all about what's in here and here of when I'm going to do it. So it's a bit of a mental thing of how I'm going to do it. But I had plans for how I wanted to bring myself if I ever did.
What has the most exciting thing that's happened to you in your life in the past decade?
The most exciting thing. Okay, I already talked about Las Vegas. Other than the wins I had at the casino, which is something common a person can do. It's actually most recent I can talk about. It's actually meeting a special person in my life that I naturally talked to when I was just going out shopping one day, and then all of a sudden, one thing led to another. I got a phone number, and here I am. I managed to meet someone special in my life, and this person has helped me a lot in more ways than one. Because past decade, other than graduating high school, which was kiss the ground, hallelujah, praise the Lord, stuff like that. But years from there, it wasn't necessary. After graduating, I haven't had many good years. I mean, a lot of things got bad for me, but we won't go into it. But the best thing that's happened right now is the special person I met who has mentally been saving my life and not make me feel the way I was before. And I have to give more credit than one to her. So that's all I'm really saying. I'm very humbled with that.
And speaking of the past decade, I know it's been like since 2017 for me, hospital trips and pandemic and all that stuff. So I know I talked about that in the group before, but we're in the year 2022, and spring break for me. I have some plans, of traveling this week, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm just fresh start, and I'm looking forward to graduating as well.
We'll throw you a big cake. We'll give you a cake and have a little. We'll have a little tea party for you with the cake for your graduation ceremony. We'll have a little tea party. We'll call the characters of Alice in Wonderland, Sesame Street, the Muppets, maybe whoever. We'll have a little tea party. Have little party hats. And they'll all be baseball form. We'll have little baseball napkins, plates, little plastic paper cups. We'll serve apple juice, cookies for everybody, and how about I said cupcakes, little pizza as well. We'll do a little tea party for you.
Pizza, and it's something we all like to talk about. But now, I actually talked about video games before on your NTTC Network channel. How did you get into Doom? Because I know you do a lot of gameplay videos of that game.
How did I get into what again?
Doom.
When it came to first-person shooter games, I've had experience, playing a little Wolfenstein, playing a little bit of playing Wolfenstein was one of them that I liked playing. What other first-person shooter games have I played? I'm drawing a blank right now. Okay, how I got into Doom, I've always wanted to play it when I was a kid, but I never necessarily had the game or necessarily tried it when I was younger. So I couldn't really get my hands on it until when I was later an adult. So obviously, Big Boy, he told me about Doom. I thought it was just, another first-person shooter game, but as my mind was being taught how Doom works, how it's functioned, and how the game is, the history, and all that other stuff, it just became to me the greatest first-person shooter game from something I wanted to play as a kid that I never had a chance to, and playing as an adult now and learning all the different megawatts, the different wads, the creativity behind it, who developed it, the original, and all these different creative things that people do. Doom is an adventure. Doom is an absolute adventure when it comes to, shooting all the enemies. You're basically doing God's work when it comes to Doom. Taking all the bad guys and all that.
Yeah.
That's that's all I can really say about Doom is just that thanks to Big Boy, he showed me it later on, in fact, that there was an ability to play, which was on the computer.
And now Jerome does a lot of gaming videos on his Facebook, and he uses Facebook.
I'm just talking to myself.
He uses Facebook for a reason. That's because YouTube's a pain to him. And I can tell Doom is way better than Fortnite, people. Just saying. Fortnite stinks, just like TikTok. Anyway.
Well, TikTok. That's the sound. TikTok? Is that's the sound a clock makes? But wait, is it TikTok that's app that people use when they're doing whatever? I don't follow this modern technology stuff, so I wouldn't play.
I would never use that app. That app is. Actually, speaking of your NT2C Network channel that you do your Doom videos on, how did you come up with the name NT2C Network? I forgot to ask that earlier.
And for my last name, G for my first name, 2. I don't know why. I came up with the number 2. It was just a number I thought of, and it just stayed. And C for channel. And network, well, I needed something to make a professional statement for what my YouTube channel is going to be about. So it's a network, because you know how when you watch a network, there's a bunch of different things you can watch on television. Sure, it's themed on one thing, but you got a bunch of different things you can watch. I wanted to do that for the channels. That I wanted to make it like a network. Like, okay, we got a variety of different stuff, whether it's like a game show or Serial Insider or the Romy loses his, or if it's a gameplay or something else. I wanted to make it like a channel because it's all about variety, and I wanted to make that channel about variety. And sure enough, I still somewhat live to that title.
You know, I just got a photo.
What? He sent you something. Look, hey Jordan, I'm the star of this program. I'm the star.
1 second. That's it. Only 1 second.
He took a screenshot of me. I saw that.
Yeah, he did. All right. So that's the questions here. Besides wrestling, what other sports? I'll make this a two-part question. Besides wrestling, what other sports do you like watching?
Well, besides playing pool, I love playing it and watching it once in a while. Surprisingly, I don't mind watching a little baseball occasionally. I do support my New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. I support both of those teams because they are my favorites in the baseball world. So I watch their games once in a while. I don't watch basketball anymore because the Chicago Bulls used to be my favorite team. But
LeBron James. Excuse me. I had to give out that cough. Continue.
you need something?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I heard you like hockey.
I mean, I'm not like big into it, but I mean, I'll tune into a Sabres game every once in a blue moon. I love watching the fights. I love watching a hockey scramble. I love watching people beat each other up. So I don't mind that. Occasionally, this is a surprise. I like watching some archery once in a while. I love the bow and arrow stuff and seeing how that works. I don't mind some archery. I used to enjoy boxing all those years ago, but boxing, tune in once in a while to watch. UFC, mixed martial arts. Watch that from time to time. What other sports do I like? I think that's necessarily it.
For hockey, I will say this. I went to a hockey game this past Saturday in Worcester, and the one thing I did not like about hockey is like they kept stopping the game once in a while. I know like that's how they do it. Like if it's like for penalties or some, I want to say penalties, but like reviews or some. I don't know. I don't, but I do like some fights in sports. But I like going to any live sport game. And I actually went to a Patriots game and saw Tom Brady once, so that was fun. What other TV shows do you like watching right now?
Other two shows I like watching. Okay, the past or present?
You can do both.
Okay, the past, I'll give you two shows. From the back in the day, I loved watching Rugrats. That was my go-to show. And Kablam. Those are my go-to shows when I was a young boy. As for an adult, I don't necessarily watch television at all anymore because TV today is just not the same as it was. I mean, I like to stick to watch my Nickelodeon from the 90s because that's what I grew up with. I got a whole playlist of stuff. But as for right now, for shows that I do like, I like Breaking Bad, and my favorite show right now, I absolutely love Stranger Things. That show is just absolutely incredible.
Yes. Now I do have a final question here. If anybody has a question in the live chat for Gary here, just let me know, and we'll end the show around 9:30. So get your questions quick if you want. What do you have planned coming up on your YouTube channels?
Other than doing Bofas, honestly, I can't even say. Because whatever I like to do on my channel, I usually like to say exclusively within the group page and go from there. Because whoever's looking at me, I'm doing an interview! Go away!
Wow. I guess someone crashed the party.
Yes, they did! I'm upset now!
Oh boy.
Oh yes, Pirate Doom. That is one thing that's coming soon. No, I don't want no Snickers. As I was saying, when it comes to stuff, I usually like to announce it exclusively within the group page, because the thing is that I don't like doing videos announcing it. I don't like doing, that, because I have to upload a video and then delete it. I like doing things exclusively within the group page, talking about what videos I have planned up, because everybody will be informed exclusively and know ahead of time. Most of the time when I plan stuff, it just naturally occurs when I have an idea in my head. I'll record it, edit it, work on it. Then I'll do a little announcement and write it down instead of just doing a video, because writing it down in a post is a little bit more easier for me, because I can construct it in an organized manner of when, how, and when it's going to appear. So it's just whenever I'm thinking about something is when I'll do a video. But all I can say is that Bofas Monday, 5 p.m. Guilty enough promotion, but I'm the star of this program. But 5 p.m. Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and I think it's like 1 p.m. Pacific, I think. Every single Monday. MrGarrsion96, Bofas every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Why is he hitting the chair? Wait, what is he hitting himself with? What was that? What were you hitting yourself with? What'd you break?
I almost hit my water.
Well, good. Good. Knock it over. Clean it up.
I almost hit my water.
Oh, good. I'll show that you didn't piss. Okay. Well, good.
Hold on. Mommy, I think I made a little. I made.
Mike, I'm gonna have a talk with you tomorrow.
You hitting yourself with, what was it? Was that a book or a frying pan? What was that?
That was a pillow on my chair, on my gaming chair here, because Mike decided to call me on stream. I'm surprised it wasn't a scary picture like he always do.
How much did you pay for that chair?
I got it for Christmas. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it right there. It's a Christmas gift, so we'll leave it alone. You saved yourself for yelling at, so that's good. You found a loophole.
But like I said before, as we're 5 minutes after the show, if anybody has any questions in the live chat for Gary, let me know.
Yes, can we go now?
5 minutes, unless if anybody from the Bofas crew wants to make a little cameo, if one send a message, just you can do that as well. I have no problem.
How much did I pay for this chair? Nothing. I found it in the attic. I paid nothing for this chair because my other one was breaking and going down. I mean, I found this in the attic.
I wonder how many chairs you've broken.
Within the past few decades, within the past decades or recent, I had to go through how many rocking chairs? So about maybe 6 or 7 rocking chairs. And these chairs, 3.
Rocking chairs?
I'm called the chair slayer for a reason.
What? That's actually a good question.
The other chairs that were broke, they were torn apart and thrown into the garbage.
The garbage.
Yeah, they were thrown into the garbage. You know, the guy in his little the guy in his little buggy, his little truck, his little garbage truck came. They picked up the furniture and took it away. That's exactly what happened.
I think we have a lot of people who can be in the garbage.
Yeah, you can throw yourself in the garbage too.
No.
You'll fit right in the can. You know, for you, you know what? You don't even need a garbage can. You know what you need? We'll fit you in a little teapot because you're so small. You'll fit in a teapot. And
I think me and Jerome are the opposites. I'm small, he's big.
No, you don't say. No, I did not
Yes.
realize that.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Me and Jerome are the opposite of height.
Yeah,
I'm
and
5'3". I'm not sure how tall he is, but
wait, you're 5. I'm towering. I'm literally towering over you. I literally am. I'm towering. I can literally just go like this all the time, saying, "Oh, that's a good little David." I can do that all the time. I'll feel better for myself because people won't be doing it to me. I'll feel better with that.
almost.
I'll feel better with that.
I think Jerome says some.
Who?
He was pretending to be the Pixar logo, and then he was bouncing on the eye. Pixar.
About that. Is that
Um,
it? Questions good.
I guess nobody else wants to ask any questions, so I think it's good to make what. Okay, you can read this.
Yeah, and
You can answer. You can read this out loud, and you can answer it.
not to cause a stir. It's because some things can't last forever. Well, I don't know what he's trying to say.
That's not a question, Jordan.
I'm not sure what he's saying, but okay.
But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this 50th episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts. I want to thank Gary for being here on the show. Um, being on my channel for the first time since 2020. You all know what happened.
Oh.
David, the question is before that comment.
2 questions. Favorite Bill and Ted moment? It was when they traveled into the futuristic portal and they saw the when they traveled to that futuristic portal and they said, "Be excellent, show them party on, dudes." That, and as for what happens if I can't do Bofas anymore, I ain't gonna do YouTube anymore. Well, yeah, I probably won't.
But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this episode once again, and I want to thank Gary for being on here.
Of course.
And now for the viewers who tune into Chilling3000 Hangouts, I know it's been a long time since I've done one, but we are back for new episodes. I am not quite sure when the next episode will be. I do have something planned though. I might have Jason on for the next one because I know he said he'll be available after Easter, but we'll see what happens. For episode number 51, and like I said, it's not on every Friday night because um we have a life, and also I'm graduating soon, and also there's certain stuff I like to watch on TV as well, and I don't want to get stuff to get in the way. So
Baseball.
And I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Do you have any final words?
Thank you for having me, little Pee-wee. On a serious note, I'm glad you asked me to join on for this little thing. It was actually nice to do something different for a change, get away from my usual, things I do on YouTube whatever I do in my life. So I appreciate having me on and this little interaction. So I do thank you for having me on, and thank you for everybody for listening to me ramble on and listening to his questions and so on and so forth. I really do appreciate everybody's, support that they bring to the page, listening to the shenanigans and all that, or whatever content's being brought, and just putting up with me in general. And I really do appreciate it all. See, like I said, I may be a stubborn, miserable, you know what, but at the same time, I'm hard. I got a heart on me, and I do think, don't take that out of context. When I say heart, I have a heart. Heart, heart, not something else. I have a heart on me. So I really do appreciate everybody's support. So that's all I can say. Ciao for now and all other nonsense.
Yes, and new episodes of Bofas and the Sofas on Mondays at 5 p.m. I assume there will be one this Monday. And as for next episode of 3000 Hangouts, who knows? But have those notification songs so that way you won't miss an episode. But until then, I want to thank everybody for watching, and good night and big balls.